This is the family with the Ullmans, Habermans, Slams, Silvers, Fabricants, Fisks, Kaufmans, Rosses, Krakauers, Amazons, Moskowitzes, Bingers, Cohens, Finkelsteins, Lubovs, Greenbergs, and then way in the back, a few kids that died way before any of this happened. And so they're all buried there. This is one of my favorite families. There's the gate, the Lefkowitz Family Society. These are the Nash cousins. Samuel Nash was the first cousin of my great-great-grandfather Adolf Rosenblum. His original name was Nagashnar, but he changed it to Nash. And cousin Bernie Nash, his son, died in the service in, I forget what country. I think maybe the Philippines. So cousin Bernie Nash and cousin Samuel Nash. And while I was in this row, I saw this person. Maybe from down there, you can see who it is. I'll have to check. The Rosens, the Friedmans, the Diamonds, more Friedmans, the Browns and the Edelstein, more Browns, the Laskys, the Browns, Gerdwagen, Brown, Hyman Roth, the Levines, more Friedmans, the Lawrences down there, the Siemens and Halperns and Bingers and Suckards, Zokards, the Browns, Bendov, Siemens, Browns, Becky Sabiri, I think she was a Brown, I forget. Roth, Seaman, Binger, Gerdwagen. I don't know who Gritchen is. Rosenwald, Kaplan. I guess this is empty space. Browns again. Lifflander, Carlish. I don't know who he is. The Siemens, Roth, Rosensteins, Amelia Landau, Myers. He was Becky Sabiri's first husband. I've done all the research. Bendovs, Lefkowitzes. Who could forget the Lefkowitzes? They were they started this society. The Browns. And then, lastly, overflow Krakauers, because there were Krakauers in another society. The Steins, and here's the Krakauers. David Stein. The Fabians. Who could forget the Fabians either? And then their massive gate. Such a beautiful gate. One of the sides is missing. Gorgeous place. Always be in my memory. Mount Hebron Cemetery. Family, friends, grandparents, the Greens, David and May Green, and then maybe his grandmother, Anna Green, or some other kind of relative. Green is a popular name. This is the Golden City Lodge of Brooklyn, New York City. I'm going very quickly to show one of the, I believe, most comical couples. This is Molly Bass and Paul Bass. They never had children. Molly was my great-great-grandfather's second wife, and they divorced soon after. And maybe it was a good thing for that. And Molly Bass, because Paul Bass was a diamond salesman, diamond engraver, something like that. A diamond ring salesman. And when he died, he left her with many millions. Or today, actually, many millions. A few millions, maybe. And then when she died, Molly Bass, her money was distributed. And her money was his money because she never worked. They lived in a nice Brooklyn house in Brooklyn. And then when she died, a lot of her money, which was his money, was given to his brother. I think it was Sam. And here's Sam. This is what he gets with all his millions. He's here. No gravestone. Pretty funny. That's the Basses. More family friends here. Jenny Klotz and Nathan Klotz. I had already gone here. Nobody else was walking these paths but me. And then their niece, Ruth Klotz, died at 5 years old. And then, because I'm going in the front way anyway, down this path again. Say goodbye to the Klotzes. Here is, right in the front row, very prominent, the parents of Ruth Klotz, Sylvia and Solomon. Solomon was Nathan's brother. And they are from the Dembitzer Young Men's Society. Massive stone. Massive society. That's it. A funny name my mom pointed out. Underberg. Arthur Underberg. Mamie Underberg. Harry Underberg. Oh, yucky. George Underberg. Oh, that's Bernie. Herbert Miller. He's not an Underberg. Dean Miller. Herbert Miller. Underberg. And then over here I saw Ben Burney, the writer of Sweet Georgia Brown. He was famous a long time ago. I love his music. He died in 43. And then, I guess I could show it too. In the back, right here, supposed to be Baby Bueller. Little baby boy, my grandfather's second cousin, died at 3 days old, 1940. I think it was April 13th he died. I looked at the website, he was next to Benjamin Oravetsky. So either this one or this one. Was not a surprise, he died at 2 days old. But you can see all the other babies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 marked with stones. There's a few more in here. It's probably all used up. But the Bernies, Baby Bueller, who doesn't have a gravestone, and the Underbergs. Pretty funny, huh? That's it. This is Yetta Reich, my great-great-grandmother's sister, and my great-grandmother's aunt. The grave says, beloved wife and dear mother, Yetta Reich, died October 29th, 1918, aged 27 years. Her husband is not here, because he remarried very soon after. So, at rest. And then right behind her, or a little bit behind her, is her son, Abraham, or on the gravestone, Albert Reich. He died in 1922, when he was 10 years old. I don't know what his cause of death was from, but I could check. 10 years old, Albert Reich. A Jewish custom is to place a rock on the relative's stone. So I have my rocks here. I'm placing it on Albert Reich's stone, and I'm placing a second rock for my mom, who is also here with me, and who has also seen cousin Albert Reich. And likewise, I'm placing rocks at Aunt Yetta Reich, her grave. She hasn't been visited in 100 years, maybe more. So I put the rocks there. They are a testimony of how life has succeeded. Life has gone by, and thanks to us, they're being resurrected. And here's a stick. Yetta Reich stick. You could place that on a gravestone too. There. That's not a Jewish custom, but it'll be for us. Thanks, Yetta. You were loved, and you are loved, and you are remembered. Thanks to me. All right. I would recite Kaddish, but I'd have to look it up. Anyway. Bye, Yetta. Bye, everyone. Bye, Albert/Abraham. You were loved. You were loved. They were both loved. The end. This is my great-great-great-grandmother, Anshe Rosenblum. Anshe is just what she was adapted to in America. She was the mother who didn't bring over, but she came over after her 3 or 4 kids had already established roots in New York. She originally went to Montreal, but they're all from Dąbrowa Tarnowska. Anshe Rosenblum. And then, oh, look at him. A little bit down the way here is, not them. Even, oh, another Pokrovetsky. Her son, Herman Rosenblum. That was my grandmother's great uncle, my great great grandfather's brother and sister-in-law, and I gave them rocks, of course. So Herman and Goldie Rosenblum, and they don't really belong in this section. I think this section was for Czernowitz, Bukowina, which they are not from. So there's that wall where people live on the other side of it. Anyway, Rosenblums, and I'll show the gate. All Hebrew. Oh, maybe this isn't? No, even that's Hebrew. I can't read Hebrew. Not many generations in my family could. Or recently, I mean. So, Rosenblums. That's them. These are the Sugarmans who died after there was a fire at their house. Erected to the sacred memory of the six beloved brothers and sisters who were burned to death in their home at 1773 Lexington Avenue in the early hours of October 22nd, 1922, but mourned by mother, father, sisters, brother, and the entire family. Oh, and the Matilskis, that was the sister. And their father and mother are buried right here, Abraham and Sophie. Abraham, Sydney, Hyman, Marie, Katie, and Annie. So here I am at the Czernowitz Bukowina Society. What's that say? A binder? So, in this society, there's more Rosenblum family down this row. My great-great-grandfather, Adolf Rosenblum, my grandmother's grandfather. He was a terrific man, very kind, very loving, and he died in 1959. In our hearts, you live forever. How true that is. Gave him the stone. Oh, I have to take a look at Carl Wiener. That's a nice grave. Oops. And then a little bit more down here. Here is his daughter, my great-grandfather's sister, my grandmother's aunt, Anne Landau. She died of breast cancer in 1952. She left a 9-year-old daughter when she died. And that daughter moved in with Grandpa Adolf Rosenblum, and now she is very successful. So I give my love to Anne, Aunt Anne, and I gave her a stone up here. And then right behind her, I have to go back through. I don't want to cut through the graves. Right here, right exactly behind her, is Grandma Bessie, Adolf Rosenblum's wife, my great-great-grandmother. In our hearts you live forever. I gave her a stone. I guess I gave her two. And she died September 1st. It was Labor Day. And she died they were visiting upstate New York, the Catskills. And she had a heart attack. And the nearest hospital they could go to was, I believe, a Presbyterian hospital. So they went to Suffern, and she was buried in Suffern. Or not was buried. She died in Suffern, and then she was brought here and was buried here in the Czernowitz Bukowina Society. So the other people in here, I guess maybe this is where it ends. Anna Brandmark, Rachel Lowe, Vogelfanger, Stesser, Applebaum, Filer, Richter. And these are the Sephardics. I might go over there. I've seen Sephardics before. Ashkenazis, the whole gang. I might go over there. Those are the backs of other people. Some babies in the back. Spitzer. Oh, a Landau. Strauss. Friedman. Schmetter. Another Schmetter. Stambler. Let me look at the Stamblers. Their society is right there. Let me go back in here. Goth, Beck, Bayspiel, Brownstein, Seidner, Baum. The Rosenblums. It's a beautiful society. Beautiful people. They deserve the best tombstones. And that's it. Goodbye. So as we were leaving, I remembered seeing that there was another uncle, Harry Watkins, in the public grounds. So this is my great-great-grandfather's brother, Harry Watkins. So this is the public grounds. I don't know what that really means, but public grounds. Harry, O for Oscar. His real name was Gersh Osher. So that date is his circumcision date. Didn't remember anything else, I guess. So that's Uncle Harry Watkins. This is an especially sad section. These are all babies and children. It's a shame that they had to make a society for that. But the tree, at least in the Jewish religion, cutting off a tree on the stone represents a life that was lost. A life that was lost too soon. Which, unfortunately, is every single person in this society. And it's really sad. You could have lived all these years, so much life. Or Eva Hamburg is dead here. And you will care. So, a bit sad, but life happens. You can see the trees go all the way down there. So, dozens upon dozens upon dozens of children dead forever. But they're together, which might be cute. our way out, we're stopping at this incredible view, which is where that's where it all backs up, and this is a wall, so we can see the entire cemetery, or not the entire, but most of the cemetery. You can see down there and again, so it's like that. Yeah. Way over there, I think maybe that's the Empire State Building. I can't be sure. That's New York City. Manhattan. We're in Queens. So